This conference will now be recorded.
5:36. Okay, roll call. Kayleen Cummins, chair here. Jane Gaffer, we'll see. Bill Bailey,
Here.
Sarah Curtis,
Here.
Marcia Mayer.
Here.
Okay, Joan Hanson.
Here.
And instead of Jesus, we've got Matt. Matt, what's your last name?
Gurney.
Ernie, do you know everybody on the committee?
No.
A few, not everybody, but a few.
Okay, why don't you introduce yourself just a little bit? Tell us who you are.
My name is Matthew Gurney, operations manager for Public Works. Work right with Jesus Haro. I take care of all the daily operations of all the positions under Public Works.
Nice to meet you.
Wonderful. Okay, welcome. So we don't have any old business, although, Bill, did you have any updates on the Vista Park sign?
Yes, I do. A very small. So I've contacted the person I find that's the most important is Michael Page. He did, if everyone had a chance to go to the cemetery, I don't know, to look at that little sign they have for Evergreen Cemetery. What I'm planning is something between that sign and the Evergreen Cemetery and the bulletin board sign thing that was put up by Jesus quite a few months ago. So something like in that line where it's a sign with a little roof overhead. And Michael Page, he was great to talk to, and we had a meeting, but he didn't show up. So he said that sign in the cemetery cost around $2,500. He had a, but I think the sign we would do would be less frilly and glamorous, and we could do it for less. So, but he had a steel worker in Douglas who fabricated it, and I don't know who installed it, but you know, there's all the phases of the cost. There's the design, you know, somebody would have to design it. Michael Page said he would design it, but he may or may not charge something for that. But and then someone would build it, and then someone would install it. So
Okay.
but of course, when I went to meet Michael last week, it didn't happen. So I'm still waiting for that. And I called and left messages with him, but have not heard back. So,
So
at some point, we get a design that everybody agrees on, and then we go from there to get a cost and then see if we can do it.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Bill. Okay, Matt, I guess we're hoping that you've got an update on the pool for us.
I do have an update. The pool is practically empty. We had a hard time with getting a pump. The one we had, it was a new one. It was bought years ago, and it was a cheap buy just because. Anyways, and so it didn't work. And we got others from the wastewater plant, and those didn't work. So we finally rented one from Sierra Vista, and we got one that worked. So she is planning on filling it up, starting to fill tomorrow, and getting that going.
Great. So filled completely, right, to the top.
Yep.
And then chemicals and filtration will be used. Okay.
Yes, they will.
Wonderful.
Yep. Just operating, but a lot less. You don't have to use as much chemicals because there's nobody going to be in it.
How about the baby pool? You'll leave that empty, or baby pool?
I think it's empty.
It's got green water in it now, and with if we ever get rain, it will be a mess again. So whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll discuss that with Jesus, but I think they were planning on leaving it empty, but we'll discuss future with that. And that's something that if
Yeah.
it rains, and we can easily suck that out.
Keep
pull that
draining.
out.
Yeah. Okay. So we've been working on in Melody Lane at the school there. So I checked on the basketball court, and I think it's been a year since I asked about, getting some nets and painting some lines, and nothing. So do you know what's going on there?
Yes, I do have a work order up for the painting to get the lines painted. There should be, I know Carol on Parks has been maintaining the nets and everything. So I know she's been doing that. I don't know what the status is of how they look right now, but we are getting the streets department to stripe it.
Well, Jesus said that the nets needed to be, that little hooks needed to be welded on the rims. That's what he told
Okay.
us last month, but I didn't see any new hooks. So good. I'm glad there's a work order in. Okay, so the last thing on our agenda, this is going to be a quick one. The Higgins basketball court, I know it's not under warranty anymore, but the company had asked for pictures. I offered to take pictures, but I never heard anything. So I just seems like maybe we could patch it up ourselves or something. I don't know.
Jesus is going to be, he already did, or he's going to be getting pictures of it and sending it to the company or sending it to somebody that he talked to, and they just need some pictures.
Have you seen it? Have you gone to the court?
I haven't gone on the court.
It seems, yeah, but maybe there's something we can do to prevent it from getting worse.
Yeah, and the problem I see with how it happened is it was an old slab and we got resurfaced. So it's not necessarily, my thought, it's not necessarily the fault of the people that put the stuff on top. The foundation was already starting to crack, so. But
right.
They can.
But it seems like, right, it's the cement seems okay. It's just like where the divisions are, where the concrete stops and, makes a division that, from wear and tear, that's kind of what's happening in those little spots, that just from heat. I don't know. Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Any member comments tonight? Anything that we want to talk about next time? I'm not sure when our next meeting is.
I copied, it's new for me to go on Facebook to these community pages. And so I found a long thread concerning Higgins Park and Vogue. And I sent a copy of it to Jesus, thinking that if he thought it was important, he would send it around. But it was pretty critical of the fact that there's so much less grass, and then a lot of negative comments about Cynthia, let's put up a statue for her, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's understandable. Matt, do you know anything about the progress on that fitness court? Because they were supposed to start 2 weeks ago, I thought.
Yeah, they had started with the dirt work initial, but something, I know, came up with the mayor and someone, I don't know what exactly was going on, but they put a stop. They told them they needed to stop working. Jesus had said that they were supposed to start, but they have not started yet. The work is left how it was 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Right, right. Do you have a better idea of what the machinery is really going to look like? Because we got a really nebulous, view and a picture that kind of just showed clumps of something.
Yeah, you've probably seen the same thing. I've seen the
Okay.
sheet of paper that had like a kind of a picture somewhat of something that somebody made up on the computer. That's all I see. I'm thinking it's almost like I don't know if you've been in at the Sierra Vista Park on 7th Street in Sierra Vista, how they have the jogging track and they have the different exercising places around it. Looks like it's something like that, but just all in one place.
Uh-huh.
That's almost it kind of comes out to,
Yeah.
but I'm not exactly sure.
Which I think is a good thing, because then people can socialize more, if they're close together and working out. So maybe that's a good thing.
Socialize.
Sorry, Bill?
If we're allowed to socialize.
Yeah, whenever that happens,
It'll be months.
Stay on the
we
machine.
never be able to
Yeah.
do
It's kind of nice to have meetings like this in some ways, because we can do it from anywhere,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once we figure it out.
Yeah, I
Yes.
know.
Yeah,
It's different every time.
It is.
right. Well, we did pretty well this time. I've seen everybody's faces. That's great.
Mhm.
Congratulations, Joan, on being reelected.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
It was formidable.
Do you think that it'll be easy to work with Ken Budge?
I don't know. I don't
Do you know him?
I am saving, everything until I've actually
Yeah.
worked.
We hope so.
Yeah.
We hope the council works well.
So we'll see.
Uh,
But
Anything else?
you have to give everybody a chance. So
Absolutely.
Do you think we need to do any public relations about Higgins Park, since it was a huge thread of people being disappointed with what's going on at the park?
But that's
So-
not unusual in Bisbee for people to be upset about.
True.
anything that is done
If they weren't, that would be something to worry about.
becomes this huge controversy.
Ah,
And it could
okay.
go on for days or months, depending
Yeah.
on what it is.
But I think there's a nugget of truth to that, Marcia, that a little more information to the public. Like, I think the recycling, people are still confused about the recycling and the raise in fees, and there's really not been much information about it. And we could use more information about the fitness center.
recycling town hall as we speak.
Right,
Yeah,
about that subject, yeah.
Yeah, right, that's a good thing. So how could we do that? How could we
There'd
get
be
some good
an article in the paper about the recycling meeting tonight, and then there maybe an article in the paper about the fitness center with more information. I don't know if they're willing to do that, but that seems one way to get information.
So we could
out.
ask Laura to do an article, maybe.
Well, she could talk to Cynthia or Deborah Young, or I don't know.
I would have it come from Vogue already put out a press release.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. So communication in this town, and pardon me, is whatever people want to see. And even if they see it, they still don't. They're still going to disagree with it. It just
Right.
It just doesn't seem to matter. You can put out information all day long, but if they don't like it, oh, I didn't know that. I mean, it's just, you know, they
Well, what?
don't
yeah.
want to. I'm sorry, they don't want to know.
Dealt with this a lot, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I
Oh.
think I understand that about the fitness center, but maybe an informational article about the recycling after this meeting, because everybody
absolutely.
isn't able to go
Yes.
to this meeting. So
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
And I have asked in the past for the city managers, the past two, to put out articles on at least a monthly basis, if not every 2 weeks, on what's going on in City Hall, just so people know. But even doing that, people claim they don't know.
Right. Well, the pool was open for 2 years before some people found out, but you know, some people are never going to like what they hear or look for it. They just want to grumble. But I don't think the rest of us would appreciate a little more information.
I agree. I'm not objecting to doing that. I'm just saying you're still going to get a certain amount of feedback, no matter what you do. But if I can convince the city manager, and although I did see that she had an article in, I think it was last week's, to do one a couple of weeks as to what's happening, I think that will help a lot.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it was about dog licenses or pet licenses.
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, I think one of the city managers did that kind of regularly. One of the Smiths, the Smith guy. But by then we were so distrustful we didn't want to hear anything that he said. But so okay, so what should we do? Should we ask Cynthia to, you know, give us more information, write a letter to the editor? Should we ask
The mayor? I mean, if the mayor put a stop to their moving, I think we have to find out why first, huh?
And when would it start up again? I mean, I don't, you know.
It had something to do with a lack of what was it?
Did they not get all
having
the
full?
Well,
It was something about that, but it was something about the funds, but she said that in the writing, it didn't say that you had to have full funds. We just had to have proof that we can get the funds, something about that. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't get all the information, and sometimes that's better, but
When I
Laura Young from the board.
funds.
Yeah, and she said that Cynthia had written a check. I don't know who she'd give it to because they're hoping for a grant, but maybe just as a deposit or something to the city. I don't know. But Deborah thought that their go ahead was good because they'd showed they had the funds. So, okay, well, so I'll ask the mayor. Go ahead.
I was just going to say that there may have been a glitch or something as far as the funds are concerned. I don't know.
Okay.
But they must have.
Well, they
must have had the funds for them to start. I was a contractor, and right, you're not starting a project thinking you have the funds. Don't you have the funds?
They were supposed to have all the funds right through completion, as opposed to having a certain amount of it just to get started. That was the last thing that we wanted, was to have a project that was half started and then, oh, well, we don't have any more funds and you're going to have to take the rest of it.
That'd be a problem.
Well, KE&G that was doing the pad that dug up the earth, they were doing that for free. I mean, they donated their cement and machinery. So they were going to do that. So they were just going to go ahead and do that. And then.
But see, that should not be done though, regardless.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise you don't have the funds. Yeah, if
just
you
gonna
don't
be a
fund, you don't
pad
want
that,
half of it done, so,
I agree, Bill.
no, I,
Okay,
As far as it
Okay.
started back, they are supposed to be, Jesus has said that they are supposed to be getting started back up. It may be that they have to schedule guys again to get over there. That might be a problem right now, scheduling people to get over there.
Okay.
right,
Did,
okay.
did we ever do, like a press release that there's a new, I guess it's a pickleball court at Higgins? No, because that might have been good PR to maybe talk it up once we have some information about what's going on with Vogue. Talk about, well, the pool isn't open, but there's tennis, there's pickleball, there's this, there's that. We moved the where you can have a barbecue and all that kind of stuff. Just
is it part of the Parks and Recreation purview though, that we would do that? Wouldn't that come from? I didn't know that we would be giving press releases in case we said something maybe not
Oh, yeah.
completely accurate. I wouldn't think.
well,
we
we
Yeah.
could,
I'll
yeah,
would have-
Joan.
release and then
Approved.
send it to the city.
Yeah.
Right, kind of, in addition, in Higgins Park, one of the barbecues totally broke off and there's an orange cone laying on top of it, and that's been about 2 or 3 months. Is that something that we can ask to have a work order put on?
Yes.
So
So
Rusty,
I can remember.
I mean, in some ways they could just take it away, but it's, under the cone is a rusty tetanus producing piece of metal. All right, anything else? Anything for next meeting? Joan, did you see what the next meeting was? Did you have your,
No, I don't have that. Hang on.
November is often our first meeting in the fall.
For July, that'd be July, August. This would be for July, August, and September, right? So November. So it would be the second Tuesday of November.
I think so. We can check. Yeah, Lorena knows. She,
Yeah, she'll have
okay.
it. Usually it's on they usually put it on the schedule or on the
On the
agenda.
agenda? No, it's not.
I don't see it on here. I don't know what it is because I don't usually do this meeting, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I ask you a question? What's your name?
Matthew.
City of Bisbee, Matthew. So since we're through here, I'm tuning in on my computer
Sure.
about the trash thing, and it's a Zoom meeting.
Yes,
So that's not so I can't watch it. I don't know the numbers, or I've never done a Zoom.
that's because you have to register for it.
Oh, I thought that was registering to ask questions or something, participating. Okay.
No, you had to register for it. So they're only going to allow 100 people.
And then
So
will it be?
Who was the notification, or was it, how did you know? I didn't know about it. How did you get a
It was
notification?
announced at the last meeting, Tuesday meeting. There was also a public bulletin or official notice
Mhm.
from the city that was on the bulletin boards where the official notices are, and it was also on Facebook.
But they didn't mention it was going to be Zoom and here's the code and everything. They
Yeah,
did.
Yeah.
I just remembered saying, if you want to participate, you have to register. So I didn't know it was participating in a Zoom meeting.
I think it did. Hang on.
Sorry to change the subject, Kay.
Yeah, no,
Hello,
they're only
people.
letting,
Jane's arrived. I'm so sorry.
Oh, Christine, I was just going to put you down as unexcused absence.
I'm so sorry. Some people arrived that I haven't seen for about 2 years, and I forgot all about it. I beg your pardon. Sorry.
We're just wrapping up here. Anything else for future meetings or member comments?
I should be able to have gotten back to Michael Page and gotten more information on the City Beautiful side.
Good, good. Matt, do you have anything to say?
I don't. We're just trying to get the pool going here in a couple days, and so
Wonderful,
work.
wonderful. Thank you. Anything else? Did I cut you off? All right. Is there,
Marcia.
okay, Marcia.
When he says he's going to get the pool working, does that mean it might be available to adults?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
No. It's completely, it's closed for the season. We are getting it back up so we can maintain it and it doesn't get worse, any worse than it is now.
Next
It's not working, but just prevent anything.
So next year, next May, we'll be swimming.
All right.
For sure, for sure.
You know it. Will we?
To adjourn?
So when, let me just say, when would the pickleball thing be underway again? Do we hear back from that?
The fitness center?
When, I mean, as I understand it now, it's been dug up, but
That's all.
what's the status? When do we hear back on the status on that?
No, well, the pickleball court is open. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the pickleball
Not
court.
that
The
pickleball,
fitness,
the other court that they're building.
I don't know when they should be starting anytime. I'm not exactly sure when. It could be a problem with. Yeah, I can get with.
You'll find out and call somebody, Kaylin or something.
I'll call Cynthia and then I'll send that to Lorena and then she'll send it out to us. And one more reminder, please never reply all to any emails from Lorena about the committee. Yeah, so I'll call Cynthia and let Lorena know, so then maybe we'll have a date. Okay, anything else? Marcia?
I was just thinking ahead for when we get the structure built for the history of the Warren area.
Oh, the City Beautiful.
There you go. What's do we have a plan for who's going to ride it and that kind of thing?
Well, at the time we're looking at the structure itself, so I've got ideas, and then we'll look at the different things we should say on the sign and get with the whoever's painting the sign how much dialogue we can put
right
on one side as opposed to the other side. One side, in my estimation, will say, this is Warren, City Beautiful, blah, blah, blah. And then maybe on the other side, say why that is so. And then we'll just have to look at ideas that anybody has and come to agreement.
They're currently doing the application for a historic, to be a historic area, and asking all the residents to take pictures of their homes. So I'm just wondering if it might coincide with that and we can use the information they get on that.
Sure, maybe. I think this sign will, I don't know if I will talk to Michael Page whether it will have pictures, if they can do that, or whether it'll just be dialogue. You know, there in Douglas that you pointed out that's mostly dialogue with little, not actual pictures, but little stick drawings and stuff.
Right. Okay.
But I think we'll all look at what I come up with and then we'll modify it and see what everybody likes. And
okay.
Whatever.
Thank you.
Okay.
Would anyone like to move to adjourn?
I so move.
Is there a second?
I don't dare. I've only just arrived. Yes, I'll second. I'm ever so sorry again, people.
I'm adjourning this at 6:06. Thank you, and see you. We'll probably be doing this next time. Who knows?
Oh,
November.
yeah, I'm sure. In Arizona.
Okay.
Thank you.
How do we leave?
Bye all.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
We had just such a nice conversation. That's why you forgot.
I just completely forgot. Just completely and utterly forgot.